Hello from the podcast that's been named one of the best in marketing research. This is Research Business Daily Report, and it's made possible by the exclusive community at the crowdfunding platform patreon.com/RBDR. I am Bob Lederer, for more than 25 years, a respected voice in market research. Today it's on to episode 62 in the RBDR series, Market Research in the COVID-19 Era. Now, one thing we've assumed and more are confirming is that the content of marketing messages, how those kind of communications are delivered, and the frequency with which they are sent matters increasingly to today's consumers because of the COVID-19 crisis. Rasor Marketing Communications founder and president Mimi Rasor agreed to reveal results from a research study she commissioned with New Voodoo. It's a research company in Cincinnati. It investigated communication do's and don'ts for consumers so far during this COVID era. There's an awful lot of detail to cover, so let's let Mimi share her information without further delay. Mimi?
Thank you, Bob. The role of data in marketing decision-making has never been more relevant than right now. One reason is that the public health crisis unfolding before us has obviously forced consumers to shift their typical media habits and buying. And we need to not only be aware of those, but be prepared to respond. Additionally, we are experiencing record unemployment, which has tightened purse strings. Everything from meetings to graduations to trade shows has shifted online. I've owned a marketing communications firm in Cincinnati for 15 years, and our clients have been asking appropriate questions about reaching prospects, messaging, and expectations for brand performance. So we partnered with a market research firm in Cincinnati known as New Voodoo and surveyed 1,000 consumers nationally to gauge the market on these topics. 7 key takeaways resulted. First, advertisers are connecting positively with consumers, so that's great news. When we asked consumers to identify their top 3 favorite brands, Nike, Amazon, Apple, and Walmart rose to the top with 10% or more mentions. More than 60% cited positive feelings about ads from these favorite brands, and nearly as many claimed they are more likely to do business with those brands in the future based on what they are seeing and hearing from them now. Our takeaway is, don't stop communicating with your current customers. Staying top of mind with them now generates positive recall and a higher likelihood that they will want to do business with you in the future. Our second conclusion, the vast majority of the public is fine with a monthly communication, though 1/3 of loyal customers do experience email fatigue. 65% were fine with that frequency from favorite brands and 55% from new ones. Our takeaway, again, be thoughtful about the frequency and method of communication. Don't wear out 1/3 of your audience by overwhelming their inboxes. Our third finding is that at this time, availability and cost are driving new brand trials. 62% of consumers who reported that they had chosen to do business with a new brand in the past 3 weeks cited availability and cost. The takeaway here is the scarcity of products or services driven by the pandemic has pushed consumers to try new brands. Out of stocks are intensifying, so be earnest in managing the potential increase in demand. The fourth finding examined comfort and resumed face-to-face interactions. Nearly 70% are worried about returning to in-person meetings and large events. This concern does vary regionally. Nearly 2 in 3 people in the Midwest versus 3 in 4 in the Northeast. Our fifth finding is around messaging. Consumers were asked which they preferred from brands right now. The bottom line is stick to the facts. The highest ranking message type was about public health information. The lowest was information related to possible illness, lower incomes, isolation, etc. Our read on this is that the time for the "we're in this together" messaging has passed. Consumers are looking for information from brands on what your business is doing to keep them safe and what's new about your brand. Sixth, the key word is sanitize. We asked consumers to rate the importance of 9 different personal safety policies connected with reopening businesses. Our takeaway is that as you implement new policies to keep constituents safe, make sure you publicize the actions you're taking, and make sure you inform your employees as well. If your employees are aware of what you're doing to keep them safe, the goodwill that they feel is going to be conveyed on to your customers. So internal communications should be a high priority. And finally, to sum it all up, message, communicate, and measure. That may sound very obvious. However, we haven't experienced anything of this magnitude in our lifetimes. So history shows us that brands that maintain market presence fare better and recover faster. Craft factual messaging that resonates with your audiences, and surgically focus your budget on at least 3 channels to reach them, especially digital since everyone is working at home. And give it some time. Then measure your results and adjust as needed. Remember, your audience needs to see your message an average of 10 times in order to build awareness and purchase intent. If you'd like to download a copy of our white paper with all of the details and more data, you can go to gorasor.com/COVID-19. Good luck and stay safe, everyone.
Just a short reminder about our need for your ideas, either single or even multiple points of view, about what's going on with research during this COVID crisis. Now, collaborating with us undoubtedly does help us, but the video commentary that you and I will put together will help you. So email your ideas and feelings to me at rflbob@gmail.com. Working with us, you will find to be an enjoyable experience, and the video we create together is going to leave not only a smile on your face, but provide you with some material you'll be able to use to promote and advertise your own business. That's your Research Business Daily Report, made possible by the exclusive community at our crowdfunding platform, patreon.com/RBDR. If you make it a habit to watch RBDR, well, thank you very much. And if you do so even occasionally, thank you as well. Further, if you find that RBDR is time well spent, well, please feel free to forward any video in our series to friends and peers, because you know that it has content that could be valuable to them. And we hope that all of you will consider becoming a sponsor for RBDR through Patreon, which means going to patreon.com/RBDR. Have a great research day, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here with us tomorrow.